The next thing we're going to talk about is a brand new module that is being introduced in both Visual CAD/CAM and RhinoCam, and this is called the mesh module, and I'm going to go over this.
Yeah, what Uday is going to be showing next is our mesh module. As he says, it's a brand new module, and it finds applications if you're doing a lot of reverse engineering, and if you're doing if you're getting STL files for machining, which some of our customers actually use STLs for mold making, and you want to actually clean up the data or create meshes out of point clouds, it's quite useful for that. And also it has 3D print applications as well. So basically we've taken a lot of the core functionality from our 3D print product, because a lot of our customers have requested that mesh functionality. So we've added that as a mesh module here. So thanks, Uday.
Thank you, Joe. So we're now going to talk about the brand new module that we're introducing in both Visual CAD/CAM and RhinoCam 2018. Now this module can be added on to any of your configurations, and you can access the mesh module by just going up to the menu under the CAM menu, and then you can select mesh. You'll now see that the mesh is now an option available right under mill and turn. So as you select the mesh module, it automatically displays the interface, the browser, very similar to how you're familiar with our mill and turn module browsers. You'll see that the mesh module also has a browser-driven interface. So the mesh module has a wide range of applications in here. So you could be working with a point cloud data, which could be generated from a 3D scanning device, and you could take the point data and convert it to a mesh, and you can use it for downstream applications, which could be milling or it could be 3D printing. We also have the ability to take a solid surface model and convert it to a mesh, so you could perform additional mesh modeling tools like mesh Boolean, where you can unite meshes, do mesh subtraction, intersection of two meshes. You can also do splitting and offsetting of meshes as well. And we also have slicing as well in here. So there's a lot of tools under the modeling tab in the mesh module. And then under the inspect and modify tab, one of the nice features that you can see is decimation in here. So decimation is reducing the mesh count or reducing the number of polygons or triangles in a mesh. So it makes it a lot easier for you to generate toolpaths. Now sometimes when you bring in a scan data, you could have millions of polygons or triangles on it, and it could be very hard to machine such a large data. So you can easily decimate the mesh using the reduce mesh functionality in here. You can also do a remeshing and mesh smoothing as well, that is available to you under the inspect and modify tab as part of the mesh module. And you can also individually use the manipulation tools in the mesh to modify the mesh. And then the repair tab offers several additional functionalities. If you have a mesh that is not closed, you can perform stitch and close to join several open meshes. You can perform an auto fix, which can automatically identify holes, gaps, self-intersections, incorrectly oriented triangles, automatically fix those, and we have additional tools in here as well. Now I have a part loaded in here, and as you can see, there are some gaps and holes on this part. So to fix these manually, it's going to be a time-consuming process in here. So we're going to take advantage of this feature called auto fix, where it can automatically fix meshes for holes, gaps, and self-intersections. You just have to pick the mesh and right mouse button click. You'll notice that it automatically fixes the mesh geometry in here. So once you have the auto fix performed on it, you can go back and run a diagnostic check to see if you identify any issues in here. So you can check for open edges, short edges, several different options in here, and you can see that there weren't any issues identified after the auto fix is performed. Now once you have the mesh prepared, it's now ready for your downstream application.